You know, there's a saying that you can take lemons and make lemonade, which means you take a bad situation and try to make something sweet out of it. Chadwick Boseman dying was lemons. It was a bad taste in my mouth. But Ryan Coogler, even though he had a lot of issues and problems, he tried to make lemonade out of it. I think he's going to make lemonade out of that situation. But YouTubers, I'm telling you, I'm listening to them day in, day out. Then I don't even think they're going to give this movie a chance, Wakanda Forever. And I don't understand why. But I'm going to get into that. So let's go.
Here we go.
And here I go. Hey, this is the first time you view my channel. I need you to do this for me, baby. That is subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Please subscribe if you haven't. Also, hit that notification bell because I don't want you to miss any material that I upload. Also, give me the thumbs up because it helps with the YouTube algorithm. I don't know exactly how, but I know I don't know exactly how. But please do it anyway. And last but not least, please leave a comment. I'm very interested in hearing what you got to say, and I will definitely respond back to you. I want to go ahead and get into this today, man. I'm telling you, I'm happy and depressed at the same time. Well, not depressed, but just a little disappointed. Because I've been listening to YouTubers all over different channels and stuff, and I don't think they're going to really give you this movie, Wakanda Forever. They're not going to go in there with a positive attitude. I've heard people say that it may be a good movie, but I think it's missing soul. You don't even know what movie's about yet. I hear people talking about this constantly recasting T'Challa. We do not know what is going to happen. There's a lot of speculation and there's a lot of rumors is out. And you know how a rumor mill runs wild and rampant when a big movie like this is about to come out. So we're going to hear all kinds of things within the next 30 to 35 days before this movie gets out. But let's go in with a positive attitude. Let's go ahead and try and think that, look, maybe they will get this right because they got the first Black Panther right. They did. It had some issues. I know some technological issues, had issues with special effects, that kind of stuff. But overall, this movie was a definite success, and I see no reason why the second one can be. Now, is it going to be the ending, or is it going? I don't know. Let me go back. Let me digress. Some people saying that they're capitalizing on Chadwick Boseman's death. We don't know that. We don't know if Chadwick Boseman had a conversation with Ryan Coogler and Kevin Feige and the higher ups in the MCU and say, "Hey, look, I'm dying, whatever the case may be. Hey, this is what I want done. ABC 1, 2, 3." We don't know that yet. We just speculate. We love to speculate and not know all the facts. Part of knowing how to intelligently speak on something is you have to know all the facts. You can look at certain things and lead to certain conclusions, but sometimes those conclusions can be way off base. It happens all the time. And I'm going to go in with this movie because at the end of the day, like I keep saying, stuff is really not real, but it's something that is escapism. Escapism is what helps us get through life and some of our issues and problems and trials and tribulations. So I'm going in with this movie. I'm expecting it to do very well. I'm expecting it to make $1 billion or more. I'm definitely thinking that we are going to see how they transition from the Chadwick Boseman T'Challa to another T'Challa. Now, I don't think they're going to recast a full-grown T'Challa. I'm thinking, and this is totally what Danny's thinking. I haven't had anything or heard anything, but this makes sense to me. That his love interest is going to be pregnant. Maybe in the end of the movie, after everything's Shuri or whatever Black Panther has saved the day, she would give birth and she's going to name the baby T'Challa. That's what I think is going to happen. Like I said, I hadn't heard any rumors. I hadn't, nobody giving me any kind of sneak at a script. I haven't heard any of that stuff. This is just coming out of the mind of Danny. And I could be totally wrong. If I am, then I come here and say I was totally wrong. But that's what makes sense to me. That's what I would like to see. And if I don't see it, I'm not going to be upset one way or the other, unless it's just something totally crazy or stupid. I don't think Ryan Coogler is going to do something totally crazy or stupid and shit on his boy's memory. I just don't think that. Now, if it happens, then I'll be the first to come back on here and say, "Oh, he did it." I don't think Ryan Coogler and Kevin Feige are going to do that. So I'm very interested in the next 30, 35 days. I'm going to go to opening night, not opening night, but the night before, a preview night on that Thursday night. I'm definitely going to check it out. Now, one thing that does concern me about this movie is we have all grown accustomed to, at least I have. If you're gonna play a superhero, you need to put in the work and look like the part. Now, this superhero genre, we've seen guys buff up, slim down, whatever they need to do. Wolverine get the strict diet. Hugh Jackman. We've seen Chris Hemsworth do what he do. Even Robert Downey Jr. got in shape. If you remember at the first Iron Man, you look at his arms and shoulders, he was working out. But this guy right here that's playing Namor, now this is how Namor, I remember Namor on the cartoons and in comic books. Look at him, chiseled like a fucking statue. This right here is the Namor we're gonna see. Now come on, bro. Come on, you know that straight up dad bod. You gotta do better. There's your arms. You don't really have no true biceps. So come on, man. Look at your back. No definition, none of this kind of stuff. So now that right there, it's kind of slack. I have to admit that is kind of slack, and it's the same concerns and issues I had when we heard Robert Pattinson didn't want to play buff up for Batman. Now in the suit he looked a little bit different, but when he was Bruce Wayne, he didn't look buffed up. Same way Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton looked buffed in the suit, but when we see him, Michael Keaton did not have the physical stature or presence that Ben Affleck had. So I'm just saying, come on now, you playing Namor, who one of the badasses in the comic books, man, anti-hero. And looking at this, man, look at that. Biceps defined, thighs, knees, shit. So he got an 8-pack. Look at his ribs, muscle around his rib cage, chest, forearms. This right here, come on now. Really? Really? Come on now. In the words of Slum Village, bro, all I can say, all I will say is this.
Don't sound too good, it sounds tainted to me.
Hey, don't sound too good. It sounds tainted as hell to me. How he's looking at it. It sounds tainted too. How some of these YouTubers are not giving this movie a chance. So let's go in with an open mind. Let's go in with positivity because we know negativity sells, negativity gets the clicks. No one is going there thinking that it's going to have the same kind of heartstring tug on our hearts like our hearts had the first time with Chadwick Boseman. The passing and loss of Chadwick Boseman was very devastating. And sometimes when you're devastated and hurt, there's knee-jerk reactions. Maybe Kevin Feige and Ryan Coogler, maybe they shouldn't have said they're not going to recast, but they made that decision, and if they stand by it, then I stand with them 100%. But if we all know that in life, sometimes things change. Sometimes people change their mind. Sometimes hindsight comes in and we see a different perspective or a different way. Well, maybe I shouldn't have said this. Maybe I should have done that. So maybe we will see the recasting of T'Challa. But to sit and just beat a dead horse continuously over and over and over, to me, it's just crazy. But I mean, I'm not calling you crazy if you feel that way. I'm just saying I'm on the other side of the fence. And I'm also a realist, and I also know that these properties, as beloved as they are with us and as the fans, that they're not our properties. And if they do change it for whatever reason, and we know that Marvel, the MCU, is notorious for cherry picking stuff. Same thing with Riri. I was watching a channel last night. A group of very intelligent people, and they were talking about how the Riri Williams and the Black Panther and Iron Man, Ironheart stuff was kind of intermingling with each other. I just think, now this is my theory, and I could be totally wrong, that at the end of Black Panther, we see with T'Challa and Shuri are there, I think somewhere in California, Oakland maybe, and there he said, we're going to establish a school here and try and help these inner city kids and make sure that we help as much as possible. I'm thinking that Riri is probably going to be a kid from that school, that the Wakanda. So I don't think she's going to be Wakandian, or from Wakanda. But I think she's probably going to be someone that's gifted and smart, and someone that Shuri kind of takes under her wing. She saw Iron Man in the Avengers fight and all that kind of stuff, in game and stuff, and so she probably admires Iron Man, and maybe she did take some of his, some of his tech and reverse engineered it or expanded on it herself. We don't know. I'm thinking that she's probably going to be a protege of Shuri, and maybe they're going to kind of cherry pick and change the whole storyline, being the fact that Iron Man is in fact dead and he can't be her protege. So, like I said, we don't know. There's a lot of possibilities out there, so we just gotta go in with an open mind. I know that Marvel MCU has let us down in past movies. I know that Phase 4 is not a favorite phase of YouTubers and some fans, but sometimes you got to go through trials and tribulations. You got to go through the valleys before you can reach the peak. So I think that definitely MCU is going to peak again. I feel strongly that this movie is going to do well. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. I think it's going to do well. I think it's going to be $1 billion. I just think it's going to make that. So tell me what you think. Tell me if what I'm saying today is even something that's agreeable to you, or you think I'm totally off base. Your comments are definitely wanted. I will definitely read them, and I will definitely respond back to you, because what you think and what you say is important. And I appreciate everyone that supports my channel and listen to my thoughts on this matter. So again, I want you to ask yourself, if you're a YouTuber, content creator, are we going in with a negative mindset, or are we really going to give this movie a chance? Or are we going to go in with a preconceived notion and not really know what's going on, but just speculate? Because you're going to hear, like I said, I don't want to sound redundant, but you're going to hear a lot of speculation between now and when this movie comes out next month. So let's try and go in with an open mind. Let's try and really, really, really give this movie a chance, and don't think the worst. Because based on what I've seen and what I've heard, what I've known around Coogler, I don't think that he is going to disrespect or show the transition from T'Challa to the passing of T'Challa, and going to do something that's going to piss off fans or his family. I think that he's going to try and handle this with care, and I believe that the way they're going to kind of pass the torch, so to speak, is going to be something that's going to be respectable and cool. So I'm definitely ready to see that, and I'm all about it. So again, please leave your comments if you agree with what I'm saying. If you don't agree with what I'm saying, I want to hear that too. And until next time, people, thanks for the support. Peace.